down if you give it to him. Uncompetitive there defensively.
The defense also looking defeated. The lack of hustle is driving the coaching staff a little bit batty right now.
Ayton with the bounce pass. And finished off by Collins.
Interesting night where you're getting this kind of production from Collins. They're going to lean on him a little bit more now.
And Chicago shooting it very well tonight, around 57%. White the pass to Martin. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll go to the line to shoot three.
Yeah, good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful.
The Bulls have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8.
I thought I could really
good
shoot.
on the second free throw. The Trailblazers shooting just 31% in the game. McConnell against Murray. Up top, Henderson. Poked loose. Stolen by McConnell. Lays it in off the breakaway. McConnell's got 10.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
From the corner, and Ayton the bucket on the assist by Henderson. He's got 10.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Pass to Vucevic. Here's Barber. He's guarded by Collins. Barber passes to Thompson. Here's Barber. 5 on the clock. Again, Chicago.
Down the stretch, he's been flat out awesome. He helped them get the lead, and now he's making sure they keep it.
Pass to Ayton. Six for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
And here's Vucevic. Throws it up high.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Now, here's Avdia. Provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Henderson outside. Collins, a screen on McConnell. A baseline J. Henderson, no good.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
McConnell against Henderson, and McConnell gets it to go.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
Yeah, this team did something at halftime, going from a mild-mannered half-court executing team to some heroic shooting in the second half.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. Here's Barber. A shot, no good. Collins with some nice D. Murray dishes to Henderson. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. He takes it in, and it's blocked. Barber passes to Thompson. Inside, stolen by Henderson. To the middle, puts it up from 7, and Ayton with the nice bucket inside. 14 points for DeAndre Ayton.
Think about the next few years. How much more complete will Ayton get? There's some indicators there.
Here's Barber. He's guarded by Collins. Barber passes to McConnell. White with it. Fires the three. A three-pointer is right on target. White's got 8 points.
And you have got to honor White on the perimeter. Once he gets comfortable from there, it's going to be bad news for the defense.
Here's Avdia. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Here's Barber. 33 points for him. Basket good. Barber's got 35 in the game.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Outside Collins. Back to Henderson. Fires from deep. And the three ball is good.
Part of Henderson's game that's improving. Nice to see him build some confidence from behind the line.
Here's Barber. He has 35. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Ayton's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Murray kicks to Henderson. For the three. Connects from three-point range. Henderson's got 6 here in this quarter.
It's a nice focused three from Scoot Henderson, giving the shot his complete attention.
Here's Barber. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Collins. The Bulls have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11. No good on the free throw.
And missing opportunities here to extend that lead at the free throw line this half.
Robert Williams, he's checked in for John Collins. The Bulls also changing it up. Smith checked in for Vucevic, and Josh Giddey subbed in for T.J. McConnell.
I felt like he was a little hesitant in the first half, but really he's amping himself up here and battering around to get himself to the free throw line.
Henderson outside. And the Trailblazers, another three.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Brent with Avdia. There's a versatility to his game that not many players can claim.
Yeah, Kevin, it's a great point. He does things on both ends. Sometimes defensively it goes unnoticed, but this guy can play a lot of different positions and is very skilled. He contributes in a lot of ways to his team.
Gabe Vincent, he's checked in.
In the NBA for a long time.
Taking 2 shots.
Ball hits them both. And Portland with the ball. They're on an 11-3 run. And here's Avdia. Pass to Vincent. Ball with the rebound. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for Chicago. After this game, they can look forward to L.A., where they'll match up against the Clippers. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip. And that one's good. Barber.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
There's the call on Kevin Huerter. That's his first foul. The Trailblazers.
Foot on the gas, MP. Get in there.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Pass to Vucevic. Over Klingon. And Vucevic with the basket on the assist by McConnell. That's now 8 points for Vucevic.
And with the ability to step out and make shots, bigs like Vucevic have a lot of value in today's NBA.
Klingon is out there with Rob Williams. Then it's Gabe Vincent. And it's Kamare in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Three-pointer. And it's Barber missing.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And that'll be 2 free.
Let's break down what he goes to. Water that to the
Throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Boy, Greg, it seems like the big men have returned. And Donovan Clingan is one of them.
Yes, he is 7'2" with a wingspan to match, the capability to dominate the paint, and his impact is felt at both ends of the court.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin.
That's good work. You earned this, twin. You'll be seeing me again, though.
Come on, bro. I stay ready.
All right, that's a bet.
Appreciate you, bro.
That's good work. Keep going, twin.
You too. Good luck the rest of the season.
Yes, sir.
Be more careful with pace. Smaller defenders, ball protection becomes even more important. So maybe you're looking to protect the ball more than anything, as well as taking tighter angles to shoot them off, potentially even shooting over. So you got to be able to adjust to each. Then defensively, it's the same thing. You're going to be bigger player.
Keep it up, MP. Keep chopping it.
Size on you. Maybe taking the ball to get their hurt. As well as making them use strength, get them out of that. These small guards more about this game. As well as getting more contact and super fast physically. And use your physical. Knowing how to do both. Not the lack of a player. You're able to play the same. How do you improve on this but not the Andy is similar but not the and gets one of the type of player looking quickly at how to get to and then studying other players they learn to come out. It's actually pretty fun process. Next up is impact. Players on super high levels may be a bit less relevant because the facilities are always taken care of a little bit, not much. But for the vast majority of players, you want to still be able to play well on a slippery floor. Maybe in a super hot and cold film court. And in general, the 3-point line is a bit more short. Shit, even for high level players, some things are super bright. Maybe they have the depth perception.
Way to bring home that
crowds
W.
are crazy, completely change the energy in the environment. Or you're gonna say, oh, it's different from how I train. Or you're gonna adapt to whatever you play. If 2 nights ago I was at the Belgrade Derby, this is the same. You guys still have to play good basketball. Smoky ring, 20,000 people screaming, stuff getting thrown on the court. There's no excuse. That takes big steps. It's been like water. Keep developing this, training a number of environments and places. Have a mindset that no matter what it's like, double wins, outdoors, no light. Don't feel like you have to change certain conditions, because that's how you become fixed to win. Next up is your movement being like well. Meaning no matter what the game throws at you, you're able to figure it out.
Tough game tonight. Lock in.
Here are a few examples of the night. So right here, my guy Owen trying to get his legs out in front, steals it off. But it ends up hitting the kick. Fucking the gap with him off the plant, even if I'm weird for missing. He used it to jump in the opposite direction. Then next time, he does get himself to front. Doesn't really expect it. He's leaning a bit, off down. But saves
one of the
himself
heavyweights
big
tonight.
gets balance to the jump. And here, watch his feet super quick stride. Watch how he rotates through the pressing. Then you get to slap him out of balance. Then you go running deep in control. Train this, again, it's not going to feel like a lot, which will inherently force you to adapt, including more small-sided games and live training in your workout sessions, but also implementing imperfections in your training alone. Not always making a perfect move, doing it for the try. Starting to visualize this. That's the key. See this constant He's having a lot of like almost every day.
Don't forget to come out for the game of Elder Day. What better way to match the year than to have a good
A look from before as the Clippers made their way to the locker room, hoping to put on a show for their home fans tonight. Hello and welcome to the end. These two teams love to share the ball. Now, Doris, you were a gifted passer, a conference assist leader. What makes a great playmaker?
Well, look at Brian Anderson doing his homework on his partner here. I think, obviously, you have to have some vision. You've got to have a handle to be able to get to the spots you want to on the floor, to deliver the pass at the appropriate angle. But maybe most importantly, you have to have a desire to make your teammates better.
So let's take a look at the Chicago Bulls starting lineup. They've got Nikola Vucevic, Kobe White out there with T.J. McConnell, then it's Thompson, and it's Barber in at the 4. And so it's Leonard who brings up the ball for Los Angeles. It's a three-point game. Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. Leonard's got 5 points.
Well, the mid-range is certainly the area that he is most comfortable. Kawhi Leonard, that's where he started, folks.
Now here's McConnell. Pass to White. Here's Barber. 6 to shoot. Takes the elbow jumper and drains it.
Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Tyronn Lue gave me a few minutes to catch up with him, and one of their main defensive focuses, Nikola Vucevic. Coach telling me that Vuce has the big body, plus he can really shoot it, but they really emphasized boxing him out. Nikola is great at converting misses into second chance points. Boxing out, it's back to basics, guys.
Appreciate the report, Allie. Barber's shot is good.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Now here's Powell. 17 points in his last outing. Zubac. And it's slammed in by Zubac.
Zubac's always around the rim. You love the quick strike there.
There's the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, capturing the moment. McConnell passes to the professor. Sinks it from distance. He's got 7.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Pass to Harden from deep. Thompson pulls it in. For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Sinks that one from the post.
They've hit 4 of their first 5 shots. Great execution and attention to detail.
Zubac screen for 3. Powell. Oh, clanks that one. He's 0 for 1 to start.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
It's so interesting, Grant. Younger fans may not realize the Clippers had a lot of rough seasons early on.
Well, you know, B.A., that's one way to put it. You know, in their first 27 years in L.A., they only made the playoffs 4 times. But things have definitely changed. Owners have changed. And now they're postseason regulars in the league.
Leonard for 3. And the Clippers miss again. The Bulls have gone 4 of 6 in the first quarter. Barber misses.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
Shoots from 14. Shot by Leonard, no good. Chicago leading. Unloads from 13. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. It's going to be on Ivica Zubac.
The sheer size of Thompson makes it difficult for defenders to match up well against him.
Chicago shooting their first free throws of the game now. Both free throws good from Thompson. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. And timeout called by Ty Lue. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
With the offense reeling, coach has to get these guys on the same page.
And to me, they're just taking too many tough shots. And when they do get an easy one, the confidence just isn't there.
Here we are in the middle of the season. Let's see where the Western Conference standings sit. Taking a look at Los Angeles, hasn't been a banner year thus far, but they're clinging to that 8th spot in the conference.
I think for Los Angeles, they failed to deliver the great season people were hoping for, but it's far from hopeless. Plenty of time to turn things around for them.
It's an amazing thing. If you can get a couple of wins, generate some momentum, you've got to believe they'll be just fine.
Now here's Thompson. Taking a look at his numbers, averaging about 11 a game. Pass to Barber. The basket's good. Off the assist from Thompson. Barber's got 9 points.
Well, there's an aggressive mentality in play. Work in close, find a way to score.
Now Zubac, covered by Vucevic. Harden with a screen on Vucevic. To get back on track. Batum outside. The three. And once again, off the mark by Los Angeles.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
The professor, the pass to McConnell. Here's Barber. 9 points in the game.
You love the anticipation there. Made sure to box out, knew where the ball was going, and doesn't let anyone impede him from pulling in the glass.
Now here's Powell. Back to Harden. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's on T.J. McConnell.
Just another day at the office for Mr. Harden. Once again, making his way to the foul line.
Taking 2 shots.
And he drops it first. Doris looking back at James Harden's time in Houston. What an incredible individual run he went on.
Come on, Brian. Finished in the top 3 in MVP voting 5 times with the Rockets. Came so close to getting to an NBA Finals. He's still beloved in the city of Houston.
Here's Barber. Thompson outside. Shot clock at 6. Thompson, a screen on Harden. Here's Barber. That one's good. On the assist from McConnell. 11 points in the game.
You know, he had room to operate, but added a little fade on that shot just for good measure.
Harden, the pass to Batum. Now Harden. And he's been a big part of their offense, averaging more than 18 points a game. Nails it from 3. Harden's got 5 now.
Well, James Harden, a sniper through and through. You give him even a little sliver of daylight, and that ball is gone.
Here's Barber. There's the drive.
And this kind of sick slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they play and a confidence they're not afraid to show. Here's Harden, bearing his second of 3 attempts.
Well, James Harden's ability to finish with either hand, so crafty, understanding how to navigate around defenses when he's in the painted area.
Here's Barber. Last game out, he had 38 points. Had no problems knocking that one down.
And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
Powell outside. Back to Harden. The 3 is up. And Los Angeles, another 3.
Well, individually, he is doing everything he can in this 12-minute session, but he's just not getting enough help.
Here's Barber. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. And Grant, sitting at the midway point of the season now, as a player, does it feel that way? Or does one half drag on more than the other?
You know, I'd say the back half can feel a little bit longer. Whether it's games of consequence that magnify things or for teams lower down, maybe the season drags on at the end.
Smart's checked in for Los Angeles. And the Bulls also making a change. Josh Giddey's checked in for Thompson. Now here's Leonard. He's got 5. Barber with a rebound.
He's been just a little off the mark tonight. Really the story of the game so far.
Puts it up. He squares up and sinks it. He's got 18.
And that's just nasty right there, guys. He has a tremendous crossover.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Obviously, everyone knows about the defense of Kawhi Leonard. But Grant, his shooting is overlooked.
Yeah, you know, he's at about 40% 40% from three for his career. You combine that with his wing defense, you get a one-of-one player capable of carrying a team.
Bogdan Bogdanovic checked in for Powell. Here's Barber. Leonard pulls down the board. Clippers trail by 3. Smart looking around. Pass to Bogdanovic. Inside. Here's Harden. And Harden with the slam.
One of the great NBA players one-on-one in the history of the game. James Harden has got a rhythm, and that's trouble.
Here's Barber. Moving inside. Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam.
He's just too quick to the cup. No one near him to get postered.
The Clippers have gone 7 of 16 so far. Outside Bogdanovic. There's the 3. Oh, clanks that one. He's 0 for 1 to start. Bulls leading by 3. Outside Giddey. Ball, a screen on Bogdanovic. Pass to Barber. Over Leonard. And again, it's Chicago.
Nice move to get inside and create a good look for himself.
And so it's Leonard who brings up the ball for Los Angeles. Step back and fire. And it's Chicago with a board. And their ongoing winning streak has been the top story in the league lately. A stunning 23 straight victories so far.
What's striking to me about this incredible streak is that in the course of a season, you might have an injury, you might have a bad shooting night. Maybe your defensive game plan wasn't strong at the outset, and yet they grind night after night, come up with different ways to win. The commitment it takes to be on this kind of run is something else.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, the Clippers' talent level is unquestionable, but they can run hot and cold at times. Coach Ty Lue said taking care of the basketball, transition defense, offensive rebounds, and spacing. Those are the 4 things we have to consistently be good at every single night. Brian?
Yeah, he knows what he's talking about, Allie. And so here are the Clippers. Chicago making their last shot. Pass to Brown. Here's Powell. Giddey defends. From 13. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
Okay, we see the mid-range game of Norman Powell starting to take shape, doing work.
Here's Barber. And a two-handed jam.
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a tough BA.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in. Now here's Smart. He played a great game against the Lakers. They double-team Brown. Up top, Powell. Barber with a rebound.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
Right, he stays connected, and great timing on the contest.
Smith passes to Giddey. Here's Barber. Drills it from deep. Barber's got 29 points.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Pass to Powell. Oh, he picked him clean. And stolen by Brown. And it's Powell off the drive. Gets it to drop. Now 2 of 4.
Wow, with contact in the restricted area, Norman Powell, pretty play.
Here's Barber. Stolen by Harden. In transition, here come the Clippers. Got a hand on it. It's 2-on-1. And there's the lob. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Clippers.
That looks like a lack of focus. You've got to question what he was trying to accomplish there.
Some changes for Los Angeles. Bogdan Bogdanovic comes in for Brown, and it's done in for Harden. And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments.
Not giving up on the play just because somebody gets a nice pass, maintaining that inside position, and getting an even more open ball. So this right here is a good example of what we kind of consider to be a blind pig. So the point guard is going to deny here. This isn't really a reasonable passing it back to DJ Shorts. However, in situations like this, passing it to the big looking around and quickly looking for a handoff, catch this defender off guard. So now TJ has a ton of momentum coming off the handoff and has now used this defender's aggression.
First trail by 6. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Powell passes to Dunn. Back to Powell. Lets it go from deep. Chicago grabs the miss. Barber's got 4 rebounds now.
No question who's in control of the board so far.
Pass to Giddey. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Well orchestrated, and then the pass is right on the money.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And the free throw, no good. Pulls it. Offline from the top of the key. And so it's Chicago, up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break.
So here's another example of momentum and impact position. This one's a little bit more. This just goes to show how many players are missing opportunities at the basket. Based on when they have a very good advantage off the ball. And ball handlers, you have to use it sometimes to lead them to that.
If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Chicago.
They've done a great job facilitating so far. So moving the rock and finding the open man, just great selfless basketball.
The other thing they're doing is making plays off the bounce. And boy, once they get a step, they're getting all the way.
Bogdan Bogdanovic is out there with Norman Powell. Then it's Drew Eubanks. Then there's Marcus Smart. And it's Dunn in at the point guard position. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Los Angeles shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. Doris, you won't find too many players that can provide the instant spark that Powell does.
Brian, you know that expression, know your role and star in your role. Norman Powell knows my job is to come in and give my team a boost. And this guy comes in thinking score and change the game, and he does just that.
Now here's Bogdanovic. He's scoreless. Here's Powell. Chicago with a rebound. Vucevic has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Barber. And again, Chicago, no good.
He has that confidence rolling, hitting 2 threes in the first, but he hasn't had one since.
Powell outside, from outside the arc. Barber with a rebound. Barber's got 5 rebounds tonight. Takes it inside. Boom! He jams it straight down.
How about the bounce?
We can call that bounce per ounce. Can't be denied. Giddey against Powell. And it's rejected.
My goodness, Josh Giddey using every bit of that frame to send that one back.
Second shot opportunity. And Bogdanovic with the lay-in. Bogdanovic
Bogdanovich has gotten his first basket of the night.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range. Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a dunk, BA.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in. Wow, it's good.
Powell can really shoot it from three. That's a great possession for this team.
Pass to Barber. And he can't get that one. Good D by Bogdanovich. Clippers trail by 5. Batum's checked in for Dunn. And the Bulls also making a change. Thompson, he's checked in for Giddey. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. It's stolen. Fast break, here we go. Here's Vucevic, throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a three-point play. It goes on Nick Batum. When the money's on the line, the mid-range is still a big part of the elite player's game.
You're right, BA. And really, it comes down to touch, obviously. And size certainly helps. And then the savvy and balance to create that space.
Put it on the deck, get by the defender, Norman Powell on the dribble drive. Okay, I see you.
And here's McConnell. No points yet. Here's Barber. That one's good. On the assist from McConnell. McConnell's got 6 assists here tonight. The Clippers have got 3 of 6 shots to go here in the second quarter. Pass to Eubanks. Now here's Powell. And here's Batum. Bogdanovich on the wing. Defended by Thompson. Bogdanovich, no good. Chicago leading by 8. Lets it fly. White can't hit.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
Now here's Smart. Checking his numbers. He's put up a little over 9 points a game. Here's Powell. And it's cleared by Vucevic.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, the professor in the last outing against the Trailblazers was tremendous. He picked up 38 points, and it was a strong night for him on the boards, finishing with 9 rebounds. He was locked in all night long. We'll see if that focus carries over into this game, guys.
Okay, Allie, thanks. Well, that was an incredible night for him. They rode him to that win. Good! That's another bucket!
Once again, he's hit the 40-point mark as he has been nothing short of stellar all season long.
And now he has moved into 3rd all-time for most 40-point games in a single season.
Well, Jordan did it an incredible 37 times back in 1987, but that mark has been passed. What a special year this guy's had.
Here's Barber. No good on the triple.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Pass to Eubanks. Powell outside. Shot to stop the run. Barber with a rebound. Barber's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Lays it up and banks it in. Barber's got 42 in the game.
Very consistent tonight at the offensive end. Right there, he helps fuel the fire.
And timeout called by Ty Lue. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Some changes for Los Angeles. Leonard's checked in for Bogdanovich. And it's Harden in for Smart. Here's Powell. That's tipped. McConnell against Harden. Barber. Yes. And it's McConnell with the assist that time. McConnell's got 7 assists in the game. And Harden's got the ball here for the LA Clippers. Trailing by 17. Coming into this, having knots to win against the Lakers in their last game.
And that game, I love their mentality. They were focused on getting to the free throw line a lot and shooting a great percentage from there.
Well, they pushed the action on the offensive end, strategically super aggressive, and it really paid off for them at the free throw line.
McConnell finds Thompson. To the inside. Here's Barber. It's rebounded by Los Angeles.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
Pass to Eubanks. Harden surveying the D. 6 on the shot clock. And now the Bulls in transition. Here's Barber. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock. Barber's got 46.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Back to Harden. Eubanks the screen. He shoots. Boy, clanks that one off the back iron and it falls. Harden's got 16 points now.
James Harden simply stated is putting it to the defense right now. Somebody has got to step up and get the ball out of his hands.
Vucevic with it. Eubanks is there. Vucevic, the pass to the professor. Clock at 6. Vucevic, a screen on Batum. Back to Vucevic. Pass to Barber. Second chance effort. Powell pulls it in. Clippers trail by 15. Let's go with a 3. Sinks the tray. He's got 14.
Well, this quarter has been all about this guy. He is trying to close the gap in the score.
The professor, the pass to Vucevic. Here's Barber. Going inside. And now a chance to see what's coming up for Chicago. On Thursday, they'll go up against Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors. And then on Saturday, they'll face off against Kyle Lowry and the Philadelphia 76ers.
And you know, for that matchup with Denver, that's a game where you'd be surprised to see them lose. They'd have to have a really off night for them to get upset there.
Holmes, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Smart comes in for Powell. Now here's Holmes. Pass to Leonard. Shoots over Thompson. Smith with the rebound.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Here's Barber, defended by Harden. And Kawhi Leonard gets a whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. Third team foul.
Ball against Harden. Pass to Barber. Now here's Thompson. 5 on the clock. Herter from long range. Knocks it down from distance. Herter's got his first 3 points of the game.
Already an intelligent playmaker, Thompson moves the ball well for a rookie.
Here's Harden. And it's Chicago with a board. Barber's got 7 rebounds in the game. Now Ball. Here's Barber. Non-stop scoring machine right here. Fades. Smart grabs a miss. Clippers trail by 17. Pass to Batum. The 3. Oh, and that miss makes him 0 for 4. Not a great start. Here's Barber. He got it again. Sensational. And that gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
Leonard outside. Batum outside. Leonard with the ball. On the wing, Harden. Can they get it? And he hits the jumper. Harden's got 4 points this quarter.
I'll tell you, individually, he is doing all he can, but right now, somebody's got to step in and support this guy.
Barber misses. And it's Leonard with the ball for the LA Clippers. Got a piece of it. Smith with it. And it's Leonard picking him up. Here's Barber. And it's off from three-point range. And for Los Angeles, they're shooting just around 39% in the second quarter. Smart finds Leonard. Fires for three. Barber with a rebound. Barber's got rebound number 8 now.
You hate to pile on, but his poor shooting night has really hurt the team. Tough to slow Thompson down when he's got a lane to the rim. Like,
I try to go skills in every player that I work with.
5 kids, what the heck?
But in a weird way, I never want them to.
Are they babies or like teenagers? And are they girls?
For example, if you look at even a player like Kyrie, they're using all the skills on every play. Right. He's trying to make the game easier so those skills are easier to use. That's how I want you guys to think about it. Yes, get as skilled as possible, add as many tools to the toolbox, but once it's time to play the game, try to make it as simple as possible so that the only time you have to use those skills is somebody cuts you off and you make a nice move. Help the finish steps over, you make a nice finish. You have those.
Damn, they want us to come party. We ain't got nobody to watch the babies.
So because of that, I put them in situations like this, even during the same workout, these are really challenged skill lines. 1v2,
The game? Well, what kind of game was it about?
Developing a super high level of skill. And then you balance that out with something like play. We're trying to move these.
What was the game about?
They say they did.
Question mark. And did you participate? Question mark.
Offense too, shooting high quality shots. So again, imagine if you can get really skilled. You can also start to understand what
like that. Clippers trail by 20. Harden with it. He's got 18. Harden with a screen on Herder. And it's Smart missing.
Well, you can see why the defense dared him to shoot it. That's not really his spot.
Ball passes to the professor. Again! What an avalanche! Oh, he's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
BA, it feels like he can't miss.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. That one on Herder.
Well, what phenomenal work deep inside the post. Smart, willing, and able to get himself to the line.
It's his first trip to the line. That one misses. Zubats, he's checked in for the Clippers. Norm Powell comes in for Batum. And the Bulls also making a change. Giddey's checked in.
Marcus Smart is one of those guys you want in the trenches. He brings great effort on the defensive end every night, and he's a willing shooter at the most critical moments.
Giddey passes to Smith. And here's Herder over Powell. And there's Herder. That's good on the assist by Smith. Smith's got his 3rd assist of the night. There's 37 seconds left in the first half. Leonard outside. Nice move. They get it again. And there's the bucket. Staying with it that time. Offensive glass getting it done.
Once Kawhi Leonard gets to the interior, this guy's so tough to keep from scoring.
Now Giddey. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. From downtown. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Powell outside. Here's Leonard. Oh, nice fake, but the layup's off the mark. And so it's the Chicago Bulls sitting on a comfortable 21-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've done well to disrupt the opposition, playing inspired defense. We'll be right back.
Pleased to have you tune in. What better way to start than by checking out the contenders for the dunk contest on All-Star Weekend.
Hey, that's your
Fellas,
friend.
I was just wondering if you played in the league these days, what do you think would be different compared to when you did play?
I really don't know.
I make a lot more money, Ernie, than I did in my playing days, especially if you consider that all guys do is dunk and shoot threes, and as many threes as I did, oh my God.
Yeah, and I'd be out there getting.
Now let's talk about that first half. What an impressive performance for the Bulls.
Man, this offense is in rhythm right now. They're moving the ball, moving without the ball. Everything looks exactly the way they drew it up.
Yeah, this one might already be over.
Oh yeah, I already know I would have went off on that one.
Thanks for tuning in.
The wheels
now
on the
it's
bus
time
go
to head
first.
back over to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Chicago leading by 21. Second half underway. Here's who Billy Donovan's got on the floor. They've got T.J. McConnell. Also Kobe White out there. Nikola Vucevic is out there with Amin Thompson. And it's Barber in at the 4. Picked by Vucevic. To the wing on the left. Just 5 to shoot. Barber, guarded by Batum. Look out below! You got no chance of defending him right there. Harden, the pass to Zubac. Here's Powell. Pass to Leonard. Back to Powell. The Clippers got to hurry. Late clock here. Pulls up. Pulled the shot a little left. The bounce goes his way, though. Leonard's got 11.
Well, this guy is never a bad option in a tough situation. Kawhi Leonard under duress. Nicely done.
McConnell against Harden. Picked by Vucevic. White finds Vucevic. McConnell outside. Counted from distance.
And just sinks it over the taller defender. That's why you have to crowd shooters on the perimeter.
Today's player is not intimidated by size. You even give them a sliver of a window, and they're going to make that shot.
Zubac passes to Leonard. Shoots over Thompson. Off the left rim and out.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Well, Doris, there's one thing for sure. When Kawhi Leonard is available, he's elite.
There's no question about it, Brian. And it's so difficult to watch a player who cares so deeply about the game as Kawhi does not have his body hold up. It's been unfortunate over the years to see the toll injuries have taken on his career. But boy, oh boy, clutch, skilled, competitive, tough, every attribute you could want.
Pass to Harden. Zubac with a screen on McConnell. And Harden gets the double team. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. And if you're looking for proficiency in scoring over the last month, look no further than this group. Ivica Zubac, third.
One of the hottest players in the league. He's been really...
I can drive, I can do that. I have 3 dribbles every single time, every single rep has to be different. So if I attack here and get between the legs and get to the layup, I can't do that again. If I catch and shoot, I can't catch and shoot again. Every single rep has to be different. As soon as he goes, I'm attacking, or playing off that. Mine is one-on-one range. It doesn't have to be just off the closeout. You can manipulate this to where the offense starts to dribble, maybe just play 3v3 and to create these situations. There's a lot of ways to work on this. This may be the most often used and easiest advantage to attack. Nice. Next is the speed advantage. Anybody?
Sharp from the field recently.
So, sometimes I can use the fast but
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds in time. And the Clippers with the ball. Pass to Harden. Back to Zubats. Leonard against Thompson. Looking to get back on track. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
Because Kawhi Leonard has such a well-rounded offensive game, it's easy for him to put the defense in a bad position, draws contact there.
The free throw drops for Leonard. And Leonard drops them both.
Watching Kawhi enter the league as a lockdown defender and now become an all-around champion. Boy, what a career he has had.
Pass to Barber. McConnell outside. Here's Barber. Takes a three. He shot that time, not on target.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Leonard outside. And here's Zubats. He's marked by McConnell. The jump hook hits the rim on the way in, and the bucket is good.
Yeah, that's Zubats just carving his space with that big frame.
Here's Barber. And again, Chicago, no good. Harden with it. Now guarded by White. Harden can't hit. Bulls leading by 20. Second half here, and we're just over 3.5 minutes into it. And again.
And he's been dominant so far in this one.
Shouldering the offense. Really taking it to the opposition. And here's Leonard. He's got 13.
Boy, plenty of time left on the clock. He needs to keep his poise. That's his fourth.
Substitution on the court.
.149 left in the third quarter of the game.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
The professor, the pass to Giddey. Here's Barber. And that one's good. Barber's got 59 points. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Chicago.
You have to be a fan of the energy they've played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
In full-on catch-up mode. They're raining threes right now.
Good. He hits again. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
Dunn outside. Herder against Powell. Eubanks, the pass to Bogdanovich. And it's Giddey with the rebound. Giddey's got 4 rebounds in the game.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
That's just incredible court awareness by Josh Giddey. Understanding wide open man, I've got to find him.
Pass to Dunn. Smart outside. Bogdanovich from long range. That's good. And it's Smart with the assist. Bogdanovich has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Barber misses. Outside Bogdanovich. For 3. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And so it's Chicago in control with a 16-point advantage heading into the break. They put in work down low, getting in close and scoring in bunches. Back to the game after this break. Head coach Billy Donovan is mic'd up along the sidelines. Let's check it out.
Hold your ground. Don't let him back your way in. Just hold your ground. The other thing, too, is once he picks the ball up, he's not going to shoot it. If he does, just stay down on him.
And Coach Donovan conveying the scouting report to his guys.
Knowing your opponent's plays is important. On the money right there.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. We've got Marcus Smart, Nicholas Batum out there with Drew Eubanks. Then it's James Harden, and it's Bogdanovich in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
Now, I know he makes it look easy, but it takes incredible physical tools to pull that off.
Athleticism and explosion. Outside Harden. Batum sets a screen. That three's off the mark. Chicago leading by 18. Here's Barber. Crosses over. And the layup is up and in.
More points coming from inside. In that respect, they've been the more aggressive team.
Here's Batum. And once again, off the mark by Los Angeles. Well, the Bulls' shooting has been good. 54% on this one. Shoots off the step back. Yet another bucket. 71 points and no end in sight.
He's in the zone. The defense looks helpless.
Harden against Ball. Bogdanovich passes to Eubanks. Outside Harden. From behind the arc. He drops it from range. Harden's got 9 points now in the second half.
Well, James Harden has run millions of pick and rolls in his career. He is the master of it. Understands what the defense concedes and then goes right at it.
Barber. Oh, a two-handed power slam.
He's the leading scorer tonight, being aggressive, and so far, no one's found a way to slow him down.
2 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Here's Harden. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for air. It's going to be on Lonzo Ball.
There has never been hesitation for James Harden to mix it up down low. Tremendous job drawing contact.
And a new group getting ready for Chicago. Nikola Vucevic is checked in for Smith. Thompson comes in for Giddey. Kobe White, he's checked in for Herter. And T.J. McConnell subbed in for Ball. Here's Barber. No good from outside. Clippers trail by 19. Harden, the pass to Eubanks. Back to Harden. Pass to Bogdanovich. And the Clippers miss again. The Bulls have gotten 4 of 5 attempts to fall so far in the fourth. Nifty move. Barber's shot is good. And the Bulls lead by 21.
What a burst out of that first step. Straight to the hole.
Harden, the pass to Batum. Stolen. Here's Vucevic. Up again. It's good on the putback.
You know, they're really being bullied right now defensively. 8 of the last 10 points have come from inside.
Smart outside. Outside Harden. And Grant, with the 65 games rule for player awards, it did seem there was a real reduction in load management.
Yeah, BA, and I liked it. The stars played more early on, but we also saw a lot of them get banged up by the playoffs. So it seems there's still a balance to be struck.
And good! There's another!
And he's been dominant so far in this one.
Shouldering the offense. Really taking it to the opposition. Pass to Batum. Now here's Eubanks. Bogdanovich on the wing. Eubanks the screen. 6 on the shot clock. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hit the shot and will go to the line. Some changes for Los Angeles. Zubac, he's checked in for Eubanks. Leonard comes in for James Harden. And it's Powell in for Smart.
And they've done well from the free throw line this half. No misses yet.
Here's Barber. Batum with the defensive effort. Clippers trail by 20. Pass to Leonard. To Bogdanovich. Leonard looking over the floor. Powell for three. Chicago with a rebound. Barber's got his 16th rebound on the night.
Since hitting 2 triples in the first half, he's been non-existent from out there.
2 points. That one goes.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Now here's Leonard. Pass to Bogdanovich. Yes, and it's Leonard with the assist that time. Bogdanovich has got 6 here in the quarter.
After an ice-cold start to this game, he is pouring it on here in the second half.
The professor, the pass to Thompson. And Kawhi Leonard gets a whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul so far. And Grant, while we want the officials to get it right, I'm sure the league would like to shorten that time officials are at the table.
Tell me about it. You wonder if a time limit should be instituted. If they can't figure it out after a minute or so, just go with how it was called on the floor.
And Los Angeles making a change here. Smart's checked in. Bulls leading by 19. White on the wing. Pass to Barber. Takes the 3. And yes! Another basket! Oh, he's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
NBA, it feels like he can't miss.
Smart outside. And the NBA has regular season games outside the U.S. All world. How important is that, Grant?
It's so important, BA. I mean, basketball has become a global sport. And just look at the recent MVPs. They're mostly international players. So playing games in those countries has helped the game grow all over the world.
To the middle. It's stolen by Smart. Pass to Zubats. Barber with a rebound. Barber's got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. And the Clippers making a change here. Harden's checked in.
Shooting for Chicago.
And so it's Harden with it. He brings it up for the LA Clippers. Powell outside. Leonard up top. Tries to break his ice. It's hauled in by White.
I don't know if he's tired or what, but he is definitely holding back a little bit, and he has to step his game up right now.
And Thompson gets it to go.
And they're really rolling right now. That lead keeps getting bigger and bigger.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in.
As the more concepts you understand, the more fish. Defense isn't all about skill, but it's not good.
Defensively.
Harden from outside. Offensive rebound. Smart outside. Leonard for 3. That's in. Coming off an assist from Smart. Smart's got his 3rd assist of the night.
Well, that's his 2nd 3 of the game. 1 in the first half, 1 here.
McConnell passes to the professor. Ooh, poked away. Zubac with the steal. Harden with it, and it's McConnell picking him up. And the basket is good. Harden's got 33.
Boy, if the hard dribble gets the defense on its heels, that is vintage James Harden right there.
Oh, another one falls. Oh, he's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
NBA, it feels like he can't miss.
Pass to Zubac. Shoots over McConnell. Harden can't hit. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Here's Cole connects again. That's 91. An incredible feat.
Incredible indeed. This is just a flat-out insane performance.
Zubats with a screen on Thompson. Down low. And it's slammed in by Zubats.
Now this is just pick and roll action at its finest. The big man sets a solid screen, rolls to the cup, leaves no doubt.
McConnell passes to the professor. Doris, with the latest collective bargaining agreement, teams have to be more strategic with their spending.
They do, Brian, and I think this speaks to the league's desire to make sure there's competitiveness across all of the teams in the league. There are now harsh penalties in place for teams that go over the luxury tax. So star players in their 30s or players with injury concerns aren't necessarily guaranteed max contracts in the future. You're going to see a lot more negotiations and smart decision-making. Boy, Kawhi Leonard lets his game do the talking. Yes, he's soft-spoken and quiet, but boy, he's a big-time player.
Batum checked in for Los Angeles. Another bucket! Wow!
And he's been out of this world tonight. I mean, unreal on the offensive end.
Boy, the points just keep adding up. Close to the 4th most points ever in an NBA game. Time called here. Los Angeles decides to talk it over. For Chicago, Ellis is checked in for Vucevic. Williams comes in for Thompson, and Herter's subbed in for White. Powell passes to Batum. Leonard inside. Williams defending. Leonard's shot's good. Leonard's got 6 points in the quarter.
It's fun for us to sit back and watch him go to work, but that's our job, not the defense's. They left him too open on that play. And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
13 feet out. Barber with a rebound. Barber's got his 20th rebound here tonight. Fires the three. Hits the three-pointer.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
Well, you know this. This is a guy who's looking for his shot the whole time. You have to know who you're guarding. KYP, know your personnel.
Harden against Giddey. Tipped. Here's Barber. And it's good. He hits another one.
Unreal. He's got the 4th most points ever in an NBA game. This man is on another planet.
I mean, what can you say? One of the... all-time great individual performances in the league. And the Clippers miss again. Chicago has gone 3 of 6 from downtown so far in the 4th. Barber misses. And it's Powell with the ball for the Clippers.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came...
And another one!
He is ripping through this defense and continues his assault on the record books.
Hey, and that score moves him into 2nd place for most points in a game. And a vital mission for the... So no problem for Chicago as they get the win. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle that never came.
Yeah, and this team was consistent throughout.
This was all over.
Get this hand inside here. Go check the weekend roller. Once this guy makes his move with his right hand, he's trying to pin this arm. See the arm right here is a strong hand. You pin it. Because you know he's a metal, you're going to do that to the strong hand. And then when he makes that move, that he can't come back. He's trying to cross him. That ball popped out. Because you're putting that, you take away. Get the foul. So once you go right, that people go back in here. Now we're not out there. When we come back, still that ball. Oh. Let me take you back to my favorite section right now, just to show you guys what I do on a day-to-day basis. What's hard about this stuff is he's super quick. He's really quick, really shifty, you know. Making shot. This is the game for me. This is trying to be quick. One of us going to get to it, and it's not going to be first. Most of the time, every time, because it's and possibly I'm just attached to him. I'm struggling with him so high, because of him. I need him to get comfortable. Just throw whichever one has to go. It's going to get him. Which is going to be really disappointing. So it's like basically in the corner. And it's just going to be, I'm going to have this stuff. And usually when I communicate, tell you like, what's the so, because I'm going to shoot through whatever they do in space. And then I'm seeing in one direction. And you see my friends have to just reach in and not let them. They know metrics, but he's that's cool. If you just take it, get that just backwards and make the best to do it. That's what game is on level that it's easy to route somebody like that. The screen comes up, so communicate the screen. Get underneath the screen, the buttons. This man is maybe 6 feet like that. Just getting this capable of shooting. Getting the miss, I think that's the split. Because I'm trying to shoot it back. And split between the you see how keep it at that angle, so that gets continuously set that hill, trying see these guys shoot a good shot and score defense is hard. Where you have Kimber shoot through the actually get to that. You have Jason who's going to get that great. It's all made up really good. It's for the favorite. And you're not supposed to really because it's for that shot. So that look okay. At this point, I'm thinking I'm going to start the shooter. And I'm trying to get this left side. Jason, I like the 9 quarter measures. It's forward. Take this step. Just gonna test the rest of the team. That's not good. And speaking of defensive technique, the lockdown book is finally available. Jam-packed with techniques, snaps, and ways to coach, train, hunt, and uphill defend. The first book to ever break down individual defensive technique in such depth and detail. If you love this channel, you'll love this book. It's time to usher in the defensive revolution. Check it out now on Amazon.com. Let's get back to the break.
Tell people, you know, everything's a setup. So as soon as you match the ball, they're trying to set you up for the move. Right. Or make it the other way around. I'm trying to set them up to make them foul. If I'm guarding you, and I force you right, I might come here. But my man, I know you got last weekend. Two legs, I'll see you on top of that. Take so as soon as trying to, you won't cross. I'm hitting it like this. So I can see you driving this one. You need to reach across. Right, it's about 99. So I'm going, you put the wall. So you either push the ball off, or you have to move. You can't be trying to get the coach off here. They're trying to back me down, they can stop the play. So I don't give them a chance to back me up. They're trying to lead me one way, like they it depends. So if I know that you're always looking to shoot a jump shot, I'm gonna absorb the contact and you go like that, go like that to keep you out of bounds. Right. So if I want to, you can spin. But you should have spin. But the entire time, I'm delivering the content. So if you don't know what I'm doing, you're going to have to get back in. Because you can get too much pressure, you're connected. They can do anything. They can spin out. I'm telling myself that. Someone like Jimmy Butler that's a little stronger. After that, he's weak. Man, I'm not happy. He's going to be working down and trying to draw another truck. Right back. So he might not be able to get something. So around the NBA, a lot of guys really try to hit the ball. I'm known for them to be screwed. So it's hard, man. I think what makes it easy for me is my position. Say if I'm guarding someone myself, and you're coming off the pin there, those guys are like this. You're coming off the pin at him, and you look up, yeah. Like this. You know, I'm not getting screwed. So it's impossible for the big screen. If you go to school, you have to go. You kind of mess with the second half. This like someone, right? I'm doing this. Doing this. Or I see what you're going to react to. And sometimes I'm like, hey, that's one. That's like, oh, you think I'm something there, and you need that, that real quick. You can talk off. Yeah, you can talk about it. You get about it quick. Instead of just sitting there waiting for them to do something. You make them react to you. You and stuff, just like the thing. Most you don't think, our defense is, I got to defend you. So I'm going to you do something. Instead of trying to stuff like that.
About me, just because some of the things we were. So I was back with it. You know, open mid him, do something like this. Maybe it's, if he does get open my hand, can't move it up.
So you think there is better than cast and try to slide that and body it.
Yeah, I know it's a big challenge.
They know it really possible.
Kind of LeBron could play this completely and then go backwards. he was young. He stopped blocking down breaks when he got laid up. What he would do was in the name was pop. The guy from the ball. He was trying to lay up. What he was trying to do was cut him and make him get a side step. Once he took a side step, he was hit. Just forget all the time. So that's kind of the same thing. I like to do the wrong side step. So you can't let him make screwed it up. You can't get back to the block. So I'm eating something like that. Everything just to score. This is preparation. It's like him and LeBron, two of the deadliest guys in the league in transition basketball. So first thing I do is get to the paint and just wait. Just meet him there. And then from there, it's just going to shoot. You know, having a long, sure. Because I think the big thing is like a lot of defensive players. Bruce Gordon was a really good defensive player because he had played on the team's fast. Tell you where he was at. Like, what's behind you, it's over. So, like in this way, I don't know what's behind me, so I don't know how many isolation, how many screens coming. So I kind of just guess myself. What's your key to color? When he jumps up that right foot, you can't dunk him, he's gonna lay it up. And then he just jumps so far back, and he's got to get to the rim. So I'm just like, I got a split second to read when he gets to it's 1.5. It's hard. It's hard to do that. So if you go jump shot, you go three. That was an easy shot for me. You're going to the end of the shot clock's running out. Those are easier shots to make because you're under pressure. Make you miss it away. Actually, good. So it's an easy shot. So I'm going to go shoot.
So is it a move where you'll slide it where you get that? It's totally with Wade with LeBron. You get slides the three guys and have Marco Stroke or something that's sort of saying, yeah, what do you do?
Yeah, you can try to shoot. Maybe I can take it.
Incredible. No rookie has scored more than
Yassimo. Like, it's kind of like what I score too high, start to get stopped. Two free throws to the team. So I think what we're seeing is and the defense is really sinking in. What do you want? Respect shot. I'm trying to make him catch as far away the fast as possible. That's what they know.
Man, I hate this Bay Area weather. It's never warm.
That sweet spot, but some basketball is always too strong. He's been backing down. If he's too lazy to back it down and just stay in, he's forcing in posts sometimes to shoot. But if he just keep coming down, then he's able to shoot.
Fans live for games like this, man.
Yeah, I know what you guys in the game.
Committed to a safe and enjoyable sports experience. We therefore ask you to refrain from any disruptive activities, spectators engaging in such behavior are subject to ejection and possible arrest. Please report any violations of these rules to the nearest security service member. The Nation. Visit the ticket booth or on the team's website for availability today for upcoming home games. Limited seats offered for available. The Nation will we see you on Warriors mascot Frisbee Day. Every fan
And a good Thursday evening to you. 2K Sports presents the NBA. Alongside Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will be joining us from the sidelines. Let's see the stat sheet here for him.
And the stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing more on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot tougher on D.
A look at the Bulls starting lineup. We've got T.J. McConnell. Barber is out there with Thompson. Then it's White, and it's Vucevic in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Golden State, some kind of shooting in the backcourt for him. It's Curry and Hield. Up front, it's Green at the 4 with Jackson Davis at the 5. And it's Butler in at the small forward. And if you claim to be a basketball purist, and Greg, I know you do, one thing you gotta love watching is great ball movement.
Which is something both of these teams take pride in. It's always fun to watch guys be unselfish with the ball and look to make each other better.
Now here's Butler. And off target as he starts the game 0 for 1. Here's Barber over Butler. And it's Barber missing. Hield the pass to Butler. Inside. Hield outside. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
A catch and shoot specialist. Hield has a quality jump shot and really makes quick decisions.
Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Fires the 3. Drills the three-pointer.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. On the wing, Hield. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Hield's got 5 points so far. Here's Barber. Really played well against the Clippers in his last outing. Pass to Vucevic. Vucevic gets double teamed. And the wide open shot from McConnell. The shot's good on the assist by Vucevic.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Now here's Curry. We saw him with 29 points last game. Outside Butler, just 4 to shoot. This one for 3. And it's McConnell with the rebound.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
Thompson the bounce pass. Pass to McConnell. Here's Barber. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the power rankings. Take a look at the Warriors. They still have a firm hold on that second spot. Strong place to be.
And I think for Chicago, they continue to obliterate expectations because they found a way to get the most out of the guys on this roster.
Now here's Hield. He's got 5. Misses the deep three-point attempt. I'm told now by our producer, do we have him, guys? Okay, we do. We have a call coming in from Shams Charania. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Thanks. Well, for the Warriors this summer, there was disappointment seeing their longtime trio broken up with the departure of Klay Thompson. But many around the league felt like with the additions they've made, this team is actually upgraded. So, guys, we'll see how they hold up in this crowded Western Conference. Do Steph Curry and Draymond Green have enough?
They'll be challenged for certain. Okay, Shams, thank you for the report. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. Butler on the way. He's covered by Thompson. And it's Butler missing. Chicago leading by 3. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. McConnell off a pick from Barber. 6 to shoot. To the paint. And he banks in the layup. Barber's got 5 now.
Well, because he's a good scorer.
No one likes to do it, yeah. But you got to complete basketball for it. You got to be able to play both ends. When you're playing both ends, you can't just score, you got to be able to play defense as well. Now, I'm going to bring my offensive player out here. Now, I'm going to look at his stance. I'm going to look at the way he's positioning the ball. As an offensive player, I always said you have to protect the basketball. So if he's not protecting the basketball, I can flick at basketball. So you look for that. Now, if he is protecting basketball, that means he's pretty good, knows his offensive moves, is trying to really dictate what I'm trying to give him or force him to go. Whereas defensive player, I'm trying to take away his options. So I'm going to step up, mirror the basketball, limit his options, force him to go one way. That way I can slide. A lot easier going this way. If I can feel and enforce the offensive player to go this way, and keep him going that way, and then I'm more or less guarding the player, guarding the player. If I can do that, my job is done. If I can limit his options. Now, if he's a good offensive player, he wants to maximize his options. He may want to attack his front foot, which in essence, now, if he comes this way, I got to drop step, slide, not coming out of my defensive stance because I'm giving him the dance because I got to get back in my stance to slow him down and get back in front of me. So, as a defensive player, you got to work hard. You got to work hard to take away his options and limit his options. But at the same time, when he attacks you, you have to be in a good enough position to play good solid defense. You should never come out of your stance. You should always be in your stance with the ball at your feet. Hands are very active, moving to the limit of his passing, trying to aggravate him as an offensive player, create mistakes. If he can make mistakes, he's not really good, sound offensive player. He's going to give you some options to attack him. You just have to pick those options carefully. And not with your hands, not with poor defensive stance, but with adequate and certain fundamentals of the defensive player. So if I'm playing here, and I'm moving, I'm stepping and sliding, I'm sliding, using my body, using my slide, standing in front of him, trying to contend his offensive capability. And when we start going different directions, I'm still stepping and sliding. I'm always balanced, I'm always in the ball clumping. All right? Takes a lot of work. I want to say it's going to be easy, but to be a complete basketball player, you got to be able to play defense as well.
Kawhi Leonard understands that. He sees that. And this is the basic fundamentals of old school basketball. Left hand down, there it is again. Right hand coming up, over the top, shot. Easy shot. And, you know, let's walk out on the court and show it. And Baron, you can be on offense, right? See, it's going up. You know, it's going up. I got too much. I'm going to go 10 there. Ball's in his right hand, okay? I got left hand and I got the right hand dead, all right? Now put it on the right position. Left hand and mirroring the ball, right? Right. Now, if I drop this hand, right, and he goes up to shoot, I can't get to it. Right. But if my left hand stays up, now he goes up to shoot and I challenge. So it's always a left hand challenge on the right hand shooter. Old school, right? What old school used to do, they used to watch his left hand and they would stop and fake, right? And they would give you that pump fake and then they would turn to the side, right? And then they would come right up the middle. And if you here, you can't block that shot.
White attracts attention, and that creates passing.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Back to Curry. They double team Curry. From deep, Green. And now White pushing it up and no one back to stop him. And White with the stuff. McConnell with it. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Here's Barber. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And it goes on Draymond Green. You know, Stan, I've always thought that your path, kind of like Billy Donovan's, going from the college game to the pro game, both enjoying success, very, very similar paths.
Except for one thing, Kevin. Billy could actually play. I couldn't. So, you know.
Well, you're not being fair to yourself now. Come on.
Billy was a great college player. And I think, Kevin, Billy Donovan's the most underrated coach in the NBA. This guy's a surefire Hall of Famer, back-to-back national titles in college, and then you look at the consistent success he has had in the NBA with teams. This guy is as good as anyone in the country, heck, anyone in the world coaching basketball.
Well said. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
TJ McConnell, no line for one.
And that one misses. Well, there have got to be a lot of challenges at different stages of the season, Stan. Here we are at mid-season. What comes to the top of your mind when you think about what these coaches are facing now?
Well, you know, Kevin, for me, it was always just that mental grind of thinking that there was an answer out there that I wasn't finding, that we had one more thing that maybe could unlock better performance. And you think about the game 24/7, where sometimes the best way to come up with those answers would be to get away from it.
Here's Curry with the three, and the Warriors miss again. Chicago with the ball. They're on an 18-5 run here. Barber passes to White. Over to the wing. Launches it. And it's Barber missing.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Healed outside. Green with a screen for Hield. Back to Curry. Butler against Thompson. Tries it from the top of the key. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Last game for the Warriors, it was a loss to the Kings in Sacramento. Here's Barber. Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk. Now here's Curry. He's as deadly a weapon as you're going to find in the league, an average of almost 35 points a game. Wow. Here's Jackson Davis. That one off the back iron and out. The Bulls leading by 13. Down low. Pass to Barber. Here's McConnell. Off target with his three. Golden State's gone a meager 106 from three-point land since we got started tonight. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up.
And there's Draymond playing his forceful brand of basketball, and that's the only way he knows how to play. And to me, Draymond Green really embodies the idea of a high IQ player. He can read the opposition, predict where a play is going, and those instincts aren't something that can be easily taught to anyone.
Podziemski, he's checked in for Curry. Chicago also making some changes. Smith checked in for Vucevic. Josh Giddey comes in for Thompson. And it's Lonzo Ball in for TJ McConnell. Now here's Green. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go. Here's Podziemski. He's covered by Ball. Three-pointer, Butler. Barber pulls it in. Barber's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Well, his lack of offensive contribution has definitely been felt tonight. They could have used way more from that.
Here's Barber. He's got 8. Missed inside.
So Holiday is still with them. The ball is so exposed. And, notice that many times he is not just standing
And Brandon Pajemski gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Some changes for Golden State. Kevon Looney is checked in for Trace Jackson-Davis. Kuminga comes in for Draymond Green. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Buddy Hield. The Bulls making a change here as well. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Kobe White. And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Payton, he's checked in for Rose. Here's Butler. Hasn't made one yet. Pass to Pajemski. Inside. There's Kuminga. And Kuminga throws it down.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
And it's Barber missing.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
Now Pajemski. Taking a look at the scoring numbers, right now he averages about 9 points a game. Payton, good. And here is Giddey. Pass to Barber. Fade away. And he buries that one.
Attacking that ball hand, disrupting it, and not letting you do a counter unless you want it stolen. And if somehow you get by or get near the basket, he still is wrong. Either by using a spike and penetrate the first and into the foul. But aiming at the outside edge of the gap, not the ball. Highest level often chest to chest, riding the offensive play, is an even better position to swipe at the gap, even if it is an outside protector. But that's not all for Holiday around the ring, because don't let his athleticism continue to surprise you. He has a great vertical jump and block in all the shots, even from behind the play, utilizing two-spoke chase down block technique, inside arm to outside shoulder, aiming again for the release of the ball and not just randomly jumping and squatting or taking a foul. Instead, flying across the back of the offensive play to get to the ball's release point and disrupt the finish. Now we clearly know Holiday is an amazing defender, but as I tell great defenders,
Drilling the rim on the way down. Barber's got 12 points in the game. Huerter against Butler. Now Pajemski. Good, and Butler gets the assist.
Well, with all eyes on Butler, guys get open because of his ability to score the ball.
Huerter setting the pick for Ball. Pass to Huerter. Back to Ball. 5 to shoot. Here's Barber. Bounces high off the rim and drops. He's got 14.
Well, when you look at what he's provided them on the offensive end, it's been an important part of why they're leading.
To the inside, Kuminga, and Kuminga throws it down.
Yeah, and all eyes were on Butler, but he has the vision to find the open man.
1:27 left to play in the first. Here's Barber. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
Here's Pajemski. 11 points last game. Pass to Looney. Kuminga with it. Defended by Barber. Here's Pajemski. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Chicago leading by 12. Barber passes to Herter. Ball kicks to Herter. Trains it from beyond the arc.
Crushing it right now. They've done an excellent job of spacing the floor.
Yeah, we thought this might be the case. You see a few of those go through the net, it becomes contagious.
Here's Kuminga. The Bulls knocking down the three. Payton with a screen on Ball. The shot by Payton, no good. Now Chicago's gone 4-6 from long range here early on. With the shot. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul. And here are the Warriors now, down by 15. Now, here's Looney. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the Chicago Bulls riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their work from beyond the arc has been to highlight a lot of threes, finding the... And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Chicago.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And on top of that, they've been asserting themselves offensively, getting a good chunk of their points from inside.
So with Butler sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Pajemski. Kuminga out there with Kevon Looney. And it's Payton in at the 3 spot. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Well, guys, the professor in that last outing against Los Angeles was a man on a mission. He had an impressive number of points, and to no one's surprise, he was dialed in from deep. He was remarkable in that game. It's not often you see a player that dominant, and I'm sure he wants to keep it going. Guys?
Thanks, David. Greg, it was obvious. He was having a lot of fun out there. Tremendous victory.
I'll tell you, he may have been enjoying himself, but whoever was matched up against him certainly wasn't.
Yeah, well, winning is usually fun, especially when you have it going like he did.
First one falls for him. Stan, of all the different styles of offense in this NBA, what style is the toughest to defend, toughest to stop?
Kevin, I don't think there's really any difference in terms of styles.
They also have to be hot ball. It's kind of what separates the ones who can shoot and then actual shooters who break. So in this video, I'll take you through the big concepts that I think everyone should be improving in their shooting order, and hopefully give you a big picture of how to train it by yourself or with some friends. This is from our recent camp at Iceland, where one of the big goals was to help these guys and girls understand how to train their shooting, even without me or coach there. I want you guys to be the most independent learners if you can, or even after a camp or after watching all the videos. You can create your own workouts, experiment, and train yourselves even without a coach there. So I'm consistently trying to teach players in depth like this. And thankfully, we're able to give you guys a good as well. Let's get to it. I'm excited to see how you can take your shooting training to a new level. Also, make sure to check out the Ultimate Shooting Program through the link in the description. It's a 3-month plan that will cover everything and more. And I think you guys can get a lot out of it.
All right, what's the first thing that we'll typically do when you get in the gym to work on your shooting? Form shooting, like, start slow, okay? How I see form shooting is this. It's a good thing to do, and I'll explain that, but is this the form that you're going to shoot with when you're shooting actual shots in a game? No, I think more momentum, you got to learn how to PhD. So, it's great to do form shooting to work on certain things when you see the ball go through the rim, but try to make it a little bit more difficult sometimes, okay? So, first one we'll do here. Every single shot has to be a little bit different off the one grip. It's so slow shot, I'm going to see it. Right? I'll move around. I can go a little 1 foot. Right? I can go maybe off the block here. 2, 3. Make or miss. Keep going. Same thing. Okay? So every shot is a little bit different. You still have to use one dribble. You're still seeing, hopefully the ball go through the rim a little bit. But it's adding some difficulty, some different shots into it.
So again, I still like including this kind of form shooting idea, closer shots, getting some momentum. But I also want to make sure that we're getting something out of it.
All right, next one here. Similar idea. We're going with a slight drift on the shot. We're still a short shot. I'm just here, kind of drifting a little bit. All right, I'll get rebound now. I'm going to make it to the right side. Still hit a drift. If you miss 2 in a row, let's say I missed that one. I missed this next one. Okay, now moving quick. Let's see how many you can get. Again, the short shot, only a few meters away. Short shot, how many you can get without missing 2 in a row.
So being able to slide really quality to have. And it's something that for eventually shot making this slow shot.
Next one here, last one. We're going to start getting into good stuff. We're squaring like away from the basket. My feet are facing like towards the sideline or towards the sideline. Here, whatever is mid-air, trying to get it a little bit higher than you usually do. So imagine like you're shooting over like one big mountain or something. Like you got somebody contesting the shot. I'm just here, squaring mid-air. Same thing going this way again. I'm picking up the pace a little bit here. I'm not just chilling and going through it. I'm starting to get up to like 80, 90% speed. All right, try to square in the air, shoot over something tall. Let's go. Perfect. But now, shoot it even higher. If he comes around at any point and blocks you, you have to stand under the rim and let him dunk on you. That's the rule from now on. All right. Anyways, we'll see if that happens. So, come in, get some slow shots in, see the ball go through the rim. A lot of momentum going, but also make it challenging. Next thing we'll usually do to work on shooting is challenging certain qualities that make good shooting. What are certain qualities that we say like some of the best shooters in the NBA typically have? I'll throw an example off of it. Usually shooters are really good at finding the rim from tough situations. Being able to shoot from there, like quickly locking on the rim, knocking it down directly from turning and moving the rim. Anything else? Okay, coming up to what makes good players good? They come up to good. Yeah, so being able to rotate and take a deep perfect, that's good one. Quick release, perfect. That's another good quality. What else? Resistance. What do you mean by that? Show us something. Yeah, it's perfect. We're finding open space, right? Great one. That's one to work on. I can go to a bunch of other ones, right? Balance really backward, being able to shoot and jump a little bit higher, maybe shooting and then fading a little bit. There's so many different things, but you got to identify those things that you need to work on most and work on those. That's how you're going to get better shooting. So, for example, here, here's something good. If you're talking here, you need to catch up to it as fast as you can, and as soon as you catch it, you're using your speed to get into the shot. Okay, I'll go first, make your ball, it don't really matter. I'm here, I'm going to shoot it as fast as I can, trying to knock it down. So, talk it out, yeah, right about the shit into it, and then straight into it. All right, what qualities is this working on? Balance, that's good. Being able to shoot from a high speed, maybe, transition, maybe moving at a high speed. Being able to get freestyle way down to start moving into it. I got it. Start from that quick. So, knock it out quick. Not bad. I feel like from the second to the ball, to the ball, up into the shot, it's like there's a timeline, you have to get it up. Yep, straight up into it. There we go. That's what we want. It should feel out of control at first. Next one, try to elevate over me. Better, like that. That's good though. Try to get that feeling every time. So, you're able to also try to think of a good example. Same little example. He's shooting it from deep or something, like he's gonna have a low release, but he's elevated on the shot, then he's also able to raise up. When you're good in low release, now trying to shoot a little bit higher. Hey, that's the way it goes. What's something that you can do to force yourself to go out and higher team? But then you have a few situations what you do. Competition's a good one. Close out. Yeah, you have somebody coming in front of my shot, and you have to be faster. So, we're going to do more of that later, but I want to try to do it quick. We go, same thing, try to block my shot. Whenever I go, it's not when I throw it, it's when I go, that's when you can really try to block the shot. When I go, just now I have to move faster and probably with the higher release. All right? 2 minutes in, make it safer. I need you guys to tell me what qualities are working for you. I'm not allowed to go straight out to the 3-point line. I have to go like diagonal. Okay? I'm starting here, and I'm just hopping, turning, and so it could be shooter, it could be shooter. My goal is to land and make one sound with my feet. Not one sound quick out and do. So look like this. I'm stepping into a distance with challenging for me to get back there. I'm turning around straight into it. Real quick, what qualities are we working on? Balance. Getting more specific now. Balance means a lot of things. What direction are we moving? Backwards and rotating, right? So a lot of times in the game, maybe you're coming this way, you're rotating, you have to get your balance to give you the way to balance. Right? And now we're working on rotational balance.
Systems in terms of what's tough to stop its players, and it's how well a system maximizes their best players. That's what makes teams tough to stop.
It's White on the wing. He's defended by Pajemski. White, good.
You gotta commend the concentration White showed there. He doesn't get thrown off kilter easily.
Pass to Looney. Here's Payton. He's covered by Thompson. Payton kicks to Curry. Jacks up a three, and he's good on the three ball. Curry's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
And it's Barber missing. Warriors trail by 18. Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Payton from outside. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 3 assists in the game. Outside, White. Pass to Barber. That's the 3 fly. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. They'll face the Lakers after this one. That'll be at home. Floats it up for Kuminga. It's deflected. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. Here's Barber. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Barber's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the bench.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Well, it's all due to his energy and effort, as well as how well he's been able to get ideal positioning on the glass.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Hey, Coach, one area the Bulls can struggle with, defending the outside shot.
Yeah, Kevin, they've been very poor the last few seasons on that front. Not closing out, missing assignments. It's strange because they were once elite in that regard under Donovan.
Pass to Barber. Driving in, and he jams it with authority.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. Here's Pajemski. He's got 6. Payton, that's good.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Pass to Barber. To the middle. It's White on the wing. Defended by Looney. 6 on the shot clock. From 10 feet out, and it drops once again. The bucket from Barber. Barber's got 30.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth, physical basketball.
What are we doing for dinner today?
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Out to the right wing.
I have no idea.
Out to White. Now here's Vucevic.
Still going.
Looney. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it.
All right, I'm listening.
He's off on that one.
All right, man.
Great D that time from Barber. The shot by Looney, no good. Chicago leading by 18.
I'm gonna try to drink that shit.
Nice move. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. For Chicago, they have shot 3 of 5 at the foul line.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
Different look here for the Warriors. Trace Jackson Davis is checked in for Kevon Looney. Green comes in for Kuminga. Jimmy Butler is checked in for Payton. And Hield subbed in for Brandon Podziemski. Butler passes to Curry. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 3 assists now.
I'm staying to the edge, but I got
If it's off the bounce,
I ain't let
off the catch, Curry never uses
Oh, for the shit.
jump shot.
No.
Also serious.
I don't go here. I'm white first. That's what I did when I went to that birthday party for Gordon.
And the Bulls with another miss.
Before I stepped up the
Warriors
car.
trail by 17. And Green slams it in.
The execution inside by Green. He's excellent at knowing
I'm
when to
ready.
attack down low.
So, are you sure?
Pass to Barber. Launches a 3.
Now
It's
watch
over
me.
in by Jackson Davis. Jackson Davis has got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Butler, and it's blocked by Barber.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And Thompson throws it down.
And he's got rocket ship-like takeoff. Thompson can flat out fly.
The Warriors have gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. Hield outside. Here's Curry with the 3. The 3 ball from Curry.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
The Bulls leading by 14. McConnell passes to Barber. Outside, White. Over Hield. He sinks the 11-footer. White's got 9.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Hield with it. He has 5. Rebound by the Bulls. Barber's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Green's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. There's the lob to the hoop.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys in the bench. They are pumped up. To the wing right side. Here's Barber. No good on the triple.
Yeah, really unlike him to have this kind of game from three.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Vucevic. Hey, Stan, we've heard talk about players not heaving up a shot at the buzzer to protect their shooting percentage. Have you run into that at all?
Oh, Kevin, that definitely happens. Players are concerned about all of those numbers, shooting percentages being one of them, because they become a factor in contract negotiations. But they have to realize, number one, you've got to do what gives your team a chance to win. And number two, with all the analytics, teams separate out what they call heaves at the end of quarters.
And the Warriors making a change here. Podziemski's checked in. Hield kicks to Green. And the Warriors miss again. Last game for the Bulls, they picked up the W against the Clippers in L.A. pass to Barber from downtown. The rebound by Hield.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Here's Barber, defended by Butler. Barber passes to Giddey. Knocked away and stolen by Butler. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin. Bulls coach Billy Donovan keeps perspective. He says,
Defense will start under the basket here. Okay. We'll start under here. All right. We have a total of 3 dribbles and 3 passes to find the best shot possible. If you shoot a ball, you both go back to 0 points. Stop this move, you make a shot and go to the point. So a lot of shooting is something missing. Being able to position yourself to find shots. You can be the best shooter in the world, but if you don't know how to find big shots, you're not going to do it. Shoot it. Find a shot. Have that decision to shoot the ball when it's the right time to shoot.
So I think we underestimate how much of shooting is decision making, deciding when to shoot, how to shoot, where to find our shots. And if you can implement your decision making, yes, it makes the entire shot more difficult because and your brains have to work with the process, but it also makes you better at actually finding these shots in the game.
Start facing me, I'll be right back here. Whenever I start driving, I can go this way, I can go this way. You're going to find anywhere on the opposite side of the 2-point line. Okay? So you're trying to find, I like to think of it as like a rubber band. One side of the rubber band is here, one side of the rubber band is here. You're trying to stretch that rubber band as far as possible to create space for him. Right? You're finding that spot. You're finding that spot. Right? After I go, you can turn around facing down. So if you like to go here. If you don't like that shot right here, I'm now relocating. And you have that option back. Right? So it can be just that one time. You may what you need to, you have no good. Here, just like that, you can go one more. Go. Yeah, one. I think guys like so simple here, just like we were doing in the warm-up. You're going to do that, everything's a 3-pointer, everything is off the head. Try to switch up your shots a little bit each time. So let's say he passes it to me, maybe I backpedal. Maybe I backpedal into one. Maybe the next one, I'll step up into it. This little slight switches to the shot. If you miss 2, actually, if you miss 3 in a row, rotate. So it's miss 2 in a row. Bronze up, same thing. I can get you signing that passing. I can do whatever, switch it up. Then moving around the spot. Whoever gets the most without missing 2 in a row wins. Yeah. Here we go. You got 12?
So, very good. Be good shooters in the back. In the gym, getting shots up. But we also want to make sure that these guys oftentimes doesn't take a crazy shift in how you turn. Just some very minor adjustments. Make sure you're getting the most challenge in your game.
What was different about that is normal shooting. Moving from that to like every time a little bit different. Like, but you miss 2. What do? You do a little practice. In the game, it's a very similar thing. So I want you guys to do the workouts every single day. Just a little bit of pressure. Build the skill of shooting with that little feeling of pressure. In the game, that's easy.
So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Thanks for sitting
guide, you train, how you can actually train your shooting on a daily basis. All the things you have to implement. Hopefully some inspiration to really. As always, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure to check out that Ultimate Shooter program. Interested? See you next time. The best ball handlers at every level move well, right? You can't do anything with the ball, no matter how good the ball is. If you want to fluid, effective, efficient move. That's exactly what this workout is going to go. Now, get here, you need to challenge our movement. You need to challenge different coordination patterns. So many girls got a few different coordination patterns. All of them have multiple options that are doing for any good ball handler to pick up. And maybe not easy than others. The ones that are set for you, stick on those, attack those a little bit more. And I think you got that. Some of you guys may blow through one. You don't need to spend time on that coordination pattern. Another one, you need to be spending time with that. So I want you guys to kind of identify which ones are the ones that are more important to you, are more difficult for you, and put it on those. Now, all these, I want you guys to feel comfortable getting in uncomfortable positions. So it feels frustrating. Sometimes you can't get this down. Maybe you can fall doing one. You feel like you have two left.
Did you know you can pet with me? Check out the Pet Cafe.
Coordination, your ability to move mobility, and give you more options, right? Add more tools to your toolbox when you don't play one-on-one, it's usually put this into a live situation, you feel more comfortable, and you can attack the defender in any possible way. So again, enjoy this workout, try it out, try to master all the different coordination patterns, add what we call your movement library. That's where you're building into these results, R&D, and trying to use these tools in a live environment. These tools from Alright, so this first part will be a little bit more of a warm-up, things less about ball control, although that will be a part of it, and a little bit more about training your body smoothly and the top. Okay, first thing we'll do here is going to be a little bit more targeted towards the ankle here. So it's just a hop freestyle, you can move anywhere you want to. I want you guys to start picking up the speed as you go. So you're just keeping the dribble here, hopping around, then I can start kind of slow, right? And then as I go, make bigger start to make this a little bit more intense. And then obviously I can switch speed, or I will switch speed. Alright, you're not gonna mess around with the dribble too. One thing we'll be working on is being able to float the ball. So you kind of float it, get as many tops as you can for the dribble. Next one here is go slow, moving forward and back. Okay, so you're gonna be forward, so it'll be 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, the dribble, we'll kind of work around. So you'll be 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then again, you can switch up. The moves from here, we're trying to keep this pattern going, and then switching that ball going right foot back first. Now I'll go left foot back first. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Woo. 1, 2, 1, 2. Stop the coordination exercise, the one that's also preparing us. And the ankle contact through the shoulder to be able to pop forward as we get our feet behind. Next one here, working on ball control for really getting some rotational work in to start as well. First variation here is going to be stationary, so you're here and pulling back. It's one dribble, trying to pocket this out and get it back here. Nothing crazy. Just getting some rotational activation on. It's here, that, here, that. Okay, once you get a few reps of that, you can start to add a little bit of dynamic movement into it. So you're moving backwards and then floating out forward, trying to get into the right thing. So you be here, and then out. Here, and then out. Okay, once you switch, same thing, really trying to emphasize going from up here into this lean and back and forth. That's not on you. I would want to be this. Essentially, you're falling or projecting yourself forward. Here, turn, projection. Here, turn, and projection. Next one here is going to be consistent. I think we're going to start to pick up that intensity a little bit. We're going 2 dribbles and 2 low level. So try to exaggerate as much as you can. Each one the game. And 2, when you're higher, to move it up and get in the game really. Almost like kids in the jumping off. He's feeling pretty warm by now. There's going to be a single arm freestyle, single hand freestyle. Okay, you can start either hand here, you get it rolling. Very simple. You're going to move it as you can, only dribbling with one hand. Start to pick it up, you should get to 100%. Oh. So the first footwork pattern we're going to be working on here is getting to an even stance. Okay, so off the dribble, getting 1, 2, you bring both feet in almost like you're getting ready to shoot. You're going to end up in this position, and from there, exploding out. This one is actually sneaky difficult, especially on heading, to really get here with it and then work off that. So if it is difficult, spend some extra time on it. If it's not, you can start to progress it, and I'll show you how to do that. So, in the simplest form, you're starting off with baseline, where you got some space to kind of work with, and pushing out at a higher level here, or raising yourself up to get to this point, and then you're almost using like the second part of an in and out to push out and let that ball flow. So also working on being able to take steps with the ball as it's kind of spinning in the tank. So look like this, here, pushing out from this. Okay, obviously get yourself some space, so it'll be here, push. Here, push. Once you get comfortable with that, okay, you can add something into it. You're going here, and then from there, you can either go behind or in front to cross over and get moving the other direction. Third progression to this would be getting your feet even, and then from there, jumping backwards. So instead of going like this, to keep your balance a little bit more, really I'm going to sell out for that forward lean. So you're here, you jump backwards, and then you work off there. You can do whatever dribble you want to flow. Then out of all these different freestyles, anything you want out of this, you can get here, and then escape laterally. You can step back out of it. If you have a basket at your disposal, you can also kind of imagine yourself getting into this in a game-like situation and playing off that. Next one here is going to go with a cross step off this between legs. So I want you guys to think about as you have the defender in front of you, you're getting downhill by crossing the foot over. Okay? If that's difficult at first, you play around with it. Most of you guys will be pretty lower level to get into one of these, but if you're a little bit more of a beginner with this, that's cool as well. Okay? First option here is going to be kind of go with like an inverted between the legs off of that. So one where you keep this back foot aligned or kind of glued to the ground and then explode off of that. So I don't want to see you guys here, and go. It's more of a here, and then just exploding back from there, making a big emphasis on what you saw me do, which is here, boom, and then pushing back. Okay, so I don't want to see you guys just try to jump forward and never run forward, using this stepping across to really go boom, and give you the projection forward, almost like what we worked on in the beginning, and getting your feet behind it. Second one here, you argue about that second foot come down. So it'll be here, and then from there, that's where the top one. You can see Luka Doncic, some other guys do a little bit more. We're getting both feet down. This is a little bit before here. You're pushing out from there. Try to think about as soon as this foot hits the ground is like lava. You got to get off as quickly as possible by popping and getting moving the opposite direction as quick as you can. Last one here is going to be freestyle out of this. So I want you to get to this position right here and then get as creative as you can and do something new out of that every single time you can watch me for film. I did it with inspiration and try to get really creative here. That's when you're about getting like kind of a short run with that dribble. So you're going to be here with it. Now, how you float out of here will be up to your time. The timing of it is going to vary based on the progression of the dribble. The first one here is going to be an explosion with that step. So if you want to get here and then you go, maybe you want to do that a little bit more from a standstill, or you can do that as you kind of mid-drive, stopping a little bit. So it could be here and then exploding from there, or as I showed you on that first one, you can just go here and then explode out, okay? Now you can either go, or you can change direction. Oh! Second one here, now you're going to be exploding a bit early. So let's say you're mid-drop here, you got the finger on your hip, you start to slow down. Before you even put this foot on the ground, you get going, so you're really using that back foot at the end. Last one here, you're really going to exaggerate it. So as you get to this, you're slowing down even more, even taking a dribble, kind of turning yourself. Then you can explode out. But I also want you to be creative and use this as a little bit more of a freestyle. Now, on this one, we'll be working on getting our feet behind it. Okay, so quality of the best ball handlers is that they're able to be here sometimes, where again, it's a lot easier to explode from here versus here, where you have to lean and start to create that forward movement. So think about every single time here, you're trying to get yourself into a track start, right? When you see sprinters and then on a block, they're already here with it. I want you guys to try to access that position on each of these explosions, okay? First one here, literally just going to be working on that. Okay, so you can find a line somewhere that's maybe 2 steps in front of you. 1, 2, okay? From here, you work off the dribble if you need to start holding the ball first, fine too. But try to start off the dribble, and then you're jumping back, and either exploding out or crossing over. From there, to explode and try to maintain that lead. So a big key here is rather than jumping back with the entire body, this, you're thinking about extending your feet behind you. So my chest or whatever you want to think about is still in line. If I put a line up here, it can still be in line. My feet, however, need to get behind that line, and you can see how that naturally just pulls, which will move forward and kind of spring it. Next one here, you're going to spin off of that. Okay? So again, you're here, you're jumping back, and your feet are lying behind you. From here, you're going to work on spinning and keeping control, but also allowing yourself to get a ton of momentum in this direction. Now, it's one of those drills where if you fall and bust your ass, it's actually a good time. Okay? I've had players who are very good movers, yet they're challenging themselves so much to get here with it, and then spin that they end up falling or rolling off balance. Maybe that's a good time that you are working, putting yourself in a difficult situation movement-wise that will make you more fluid. Lastly here, you're going to freestyle. You're doing a little bit more of a game-like situation. Now I want you guys to be creative with how you're getting your feet behind you and more of a live situation on an actual spin. So you can maybe imagine yourself coming off of the ball screen here, retreating, moving that retreat, and then explode forward. Maybe you can go kind of like in an ISO situation, back up here, and then exploding off that. If you guys can find these little triggers, I like to call them off the dribble, where you can use them to get in an ideal position to explode. You're going to be well off, especially once you start to develop. There's going to be kind of a double in stride move right here. So what I mean by that is getting one move going, it's going to get you moving in a full sprint. They go by and try to move into a sprint. Second one is going to be a move to change direction as you maintain that jump. Something like here, boom, and you keep that sprint going, and you kind of altering your direction. You can do this in a number of ways. You're going to try to switch it up each time, and I'll show you some things. Oh. This next thing is a little bit interesting because you're actually going to purposefully get off balance, okay? In a game, we have quick reactions, we have contact, we're moving as fast as speed. There are going to be times where we get off balance, right? We take a weird step and like, oh shit, we got to figure that out and continue to work off that. In this drill, you're doing your best to visualize and imitate that. So get yourself in a weird off balance situation and then continue to work off that. So that can either be a freestyle in, you know, general area, or this can be live reps, not live reps, but visualization reps. We're going to the rim, maybe you slip a little bit, and you continue to play off. For anyone that wants to become a high-level scorer, this is a great video set. We're out here in Australia right now. Guys are taking the asking about getting to work. Focusing on some of the big keys in this college which handles it. And that's a proven scorer approach. Little details to make high volume, even tough shots more efficient. So that's exactly what we focus on. Different tools often come as simple off dribble, nothing, but the focus included three main things. Coffee, another word getting to play in this forward, meaning effectively. So playing out of this little sideways turn and also in ball screen situation. Jealousy is super effective. Not really angle, particularly exposing the bodies to super tight curves, helping them move a bit better off the dribble. So really cool workout. 6 months of the game is a super interesting game that may help you a lot in the school. That's it. So here without it here. Trying to get progressively wider as you go, just hopping across, and then from there try to reach across as well. Here, try to bend a little bit more as you go, and get wider. So that's for it. Yeah, keep sinking into it a little bit more. On the way back, think about the angle of like your torso a little bit. Lean as you even comes up the bottom. Keep that shoulder, inside shoulder down. Yeah, reach across, reach across. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So, okay, now act like you got like a ceiling over your head the whole time, so you'll stay in that low here. You're going, same thing, reaching across, and then just flowing for that. You can get from that opposite foot to push back. Cool. Yes. So have to flow through a little bit quicker. Off in and next one. Yeah, there it is. Bringing that second foot, so it's 1, 2, 1, 2, and you feel like you got your head. Here, and bring it in the top. So bring that, and that gives you that point. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1. Yeah, bring out the next foot. Yeah, the top. So once you get it here, you bring this to the next. So let's say you start this here, so you bring it across, and then from there you got that. Yeah, cross it over the phone. Yeah, there we go. Find that flow. Yeah, you keep playing around that. Yeah. One or two more of these. Starting up super high for last year. You're thinking about getting into those lanes as quickly as you can, getting your feet behind you to push forward. So look like this, look like
see behind you, pop out. So think about you're here. Use like the motion of your feet to get into that link. So rather than leaning and forward, you just here and as you step back, you fall forward. Okay. So stay upright, and then top of the behind you. Try it one more time. You can start a little bit lower here. Okay, so you're already kind of hinge a little bit. But again, rather than like just kind of a quick pop and then moving forward, you just boom, and with this, that's when we would drop. Boom. Yeah. 1, 2. Both of them. Yeah, better. Yeah. Get into that hand quick. Get both of them. Yes. Good. Now, and last one. We're going first. So now. Yeah, first. Yep. Take that wide angle. Same thing, but one more trip behind. Make more than 50. This stuff. Look at that's a lot of what you got. So look here, and then yeah, you'll be kind of reaching forward. Yep. Yeah, there we go. Appreciate it. Last one, we're getting to the ball. You're trying to stay away from him. You're sprinting around this circle here. So using the circle, I mean, let's say we're going together here. You're trying to take you. You're sprinting around. I can go this way, or we're curving around. Good circle. 15 hours, 10 seconds, really quick person switch. Yeah, man, you said, yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. Yeah, single sprint. There we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Good job, man. Yeah, you could bring it up. The blue thing that makes it sound like a better sound than that. I think it's the sound. They really prioritize making a nice sound that way. I like it though. It made me sound relief. Bit, so like posture-wise a little bit. A lot. I think what players started with is being able to actually shoot out of those positions. So like in that TV video.
I used to come back from a tough road loss, go straight to the office and pull an all-nighter, trying to figure out what went wrong. My highs were too high and my lows were too low. You have to realize so much of it is just luck, the breaks of life. Kevin?
That's right, D.A. We respect Billy Donovan as much as any coach in the NBA. But a good outlook there, you're right. Hey, thank you. Here's Green. Good, and Butler gets the assist. Butler's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Yeah, and that three-point shot, it really has looked awful here in the second quarter. It hasn't stopped him from attempting them, but it's time to maybe find something else to do.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Back to Green, pass to Jackson Davis. Green, no luck.
Well, this hasn't been his quarter so far. He's really struggling to get going.
A 3-ball. And it's Barber missing. Warriors trail by 14. It's taken away by Smith. Herter on the wing. Here's Barber. Back to Herter. Bulls moving the ball around. The tray. And that one's good, Barber. Barber's got 38 points.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
1:05 left to play here in the second quarter. The Bulls leading by 17. Green with the block.
No matter what night it is, Green
and more often than not succeeds. And watching that defensive effort right there, you wonder how much they want this game.
Yeah, I got to agree. Their defensive commitment's got to be a lot better.
On the run, good, and Butler gets the assist. Green's got 7 points.
Well, it took him a while to get his legs under him. He didn't do much in the first quarter, but now he's off and running.
Pass to Barber. Back to Giddey. And here's Smith from the arc. Another 3 for Chicago.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Here's Butler. And he gets it to go.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. It's Chicago leading by 17. Live from Chase Center, you're watching 2K Sports.
Hello, folks. Still a ways off from All-Star Weekend, but let's first check in on who's in the running for this year's three-point contest. Looks like it's really coming together. Kenny, any advice for the potential participants?
Well, you try to stay loose. Don't get in your own head.
Let's move on now to that first half we were watching. A brutal game so far for the Warriors. Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
You're going to plug it down, they go plug it down. You guys are coming before that, so you can get the shot pass to get it up next. If we're going here, all right, he's playing that, so he's going to do it.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. They've got Barber. T.J. McConnell is out there with White. Then it's Thompson, and it's Vucevic in at center. That's to Curry. Healed outside. Fires for 3. Chicago grabs the miss.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And Thompson gets it to go.
We see this night in and night out. Thompson uses his size and elevation to make tough shots in the paint.
Healed outside. Back to Curry. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And many around the league believe Curry doesn't get enough fouls called in his favor. G.A., what do you think?
There could be some truth to that. He gets held and grabbed more than anyone when running off screens, but especially blatant on drives to the rim.
Stephen Curry hits them both. Dan, I've always admired you. Come from a coaching family. Was there a point growing up you knew you wanted to be a coach?
Yeah, look, I loved being around the game, and so 2 things happened that drove me into coaching. Number 1, I loved baseball, and I couldn't hit one, so that was out. And I wasn't a good enough basketball player to go on that way, so if I wanted to stay involved in the game, that's when I knew I wanted to be a coach.
But your dad had a little bit of that in his background. I say in a little kind of tongue-in-cheek, right? He was a guy that led the way, and you're interested.
Yeah, my dad coached for over 40 years, and I think he had a great passion for it and always used to tell us that he never actually felt like he worked a day in his life. He loved it so much.
Following in his footsteps. Terrific story.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
And the basket by Curry.
This is why you got to be right up on Curry, because he's a dangerous threat off the dribble.
And it's Barber missing. Warriors trail by 17. Here's Green. Off with the layup.
Excellent coverage defensively, making it hard on him.
And that one's good. Barber's got 46 points.
The defense has just been unable to slow him down. Wow, what a game.
Outside Butler. McConnell against Curry. Fires from way outside. Barber pulls it in. Barber's got his 16th rebound on the night. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. 19-point game. Pass to Butler. Inside. Here's Jackson Davis. And the Warriors miss again. Here's Barber. Non-stop scoring machine here. Tries it from 19. And that one comes up a bit short. The Warriors have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Down low. Here's Jackson Davis. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession. Bulls making a switch here. Pass to Barber. To end the cold streak, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
Warriors trail by 16. Now Butler. He has 7. Butler a screen on ball. Podziemski with it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Butler. Rejected by Barber. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Chicago leading by 16. Giddey the pass to Smith. Here's Barber. There's a minute 34 left in the third. Shot clock at 6. Hands it from downtown. Herder's got 6.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
To the inside. There's Kuminga. Rebound by the Bulls. Barber's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Driving the lane. The jump hook, and he can't bank that one in. Warriors trailed by 19. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And there's the bucket from Kuminga.
Well, they're behind, but it's certainly not because of him. He's doing everything he can. He just needs more help from his teammates.
Baseline try. Hits it again. Wow.
My goodness. 50.
What happened?
He is putting on a show.
Oh, chill, man. Chill with your brother.
Barber pulls it in. Barber's got his 18th rebound here tonight. All over the place. From about 19 feet. And another one falls. Amazing.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. Butler dishes to Kuminga. That shot off the mark. And so it's Chicago with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
But when you say, nah, fuck that, I'm gonna get to the good, you can problem solve good.
And a moment ago inside the huddle with head coach Steve Kerr.
Picking us apart, right? Guy cuts behind you down the lane. Miscommunication there. They're cutting behind it. So we got to get solid defense.
But clearly, Greg, he's not happy with his team's aggressiveness on the defense. Clearly, Steve calling his team out on it.
Yeah, gently asking for them to pick it up. They're going to need to if they want to win this one.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Gary Payton II is out there with Jonathan Kuminga. And it's Looney in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the Warriors' 5.
Well, he's been nothing short of fantastic this game. And he has his team in a great spot as this thing winds down.
Pass to Looney. Payton kicks it to Looney. Stolen by Ball. Another shot. And Vucevic with the layup. Vucevic has got his first bucket of the night. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Chicago.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And also, you've got to mention the block shots. Playing hard on defense, not allowing shooters to get comfortable.
Barber passes the ball. Now here's White to the middle. And it's Barber missing.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
Yeah, that just comes down to the timing being off between those two guys.
There's the triple. White, good.
And I like how White shot it with confidence. He's reliable beyond the arc.
Ball against Curry. Curry, a screen on White. To stop the run. Barber pulls it in. Barber's... We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one.
Oh, look at the handles. Gets through the D and then powers it home.
Such a pretty move inside. Clark, how do you stop that? Timeout called the Warriors. Well, Stan, the NBA awards impact so much on these players and what they think they can acquire and achieve. How do you feel about the structure of award voting?
Well, right now,
If I take a big jump, you're going to try to get around the
Timeout called by Steve Kerr. He's got something his players need to hear, and immediately.
Really watching my fingers play the game.
And the Warriors with possession here, trailing by 17. Back to heel. To the inside. And stolen by McConnell.
Hopefully there's new formula.
Here's Barber. Pass to White. Teardrop shot. Lock at 6. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Back to Curry. Takes a 3. It's all in by the Bulls. Vucevic has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. And Thompson gets it to go. And the Bulls lead by 21.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
It sure is. They've certainly accepted the challenge. The trick now is to sustain this effort.
Curry kicks to Hield. Green with a screen for Hield. It's good. Hield's got 15 points here in the second half. 1 minute 42 left in the fourth. White looking around. Pass to Barber. shoots it. Rebound by Butler. And so it's Butler with it. He'll bring it up for Golden State. 19-point game.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Bulls.
And as we watch the game wind down, you have to look back at all of the second chance points these guys generated.
Yeah, they clearly won the second chance points category. Possession after possession, we watched them go after the ball and make misses turn into makes.
And so when you look at the season record, this one will tally up win number 43 on the year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep next time they face off.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for the professor.
Well, that work he's shown on the glass.
I'm glad he's not super light skinned.
You love to see that as a coach.
Beautiful
Green against McConnell. Again with the block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the
He said you mean our necklace.
And Vucevic throws it down.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
No one near Curry as he lets it go. With nobody on him, he parries the jumper. Top of the key. That one, no good. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, G, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know.
Showing it off that. I'm starting here. Dribble, 1-2 bump, so try to get in something else. That's going to break that flow for that close quarter.
Did you
That's what I'm talking about.
Not with you, bro. 90% guy. They're shooting it in that most comfortable.
Good job, MP. See.
Can't get through.
Time to warm up. We're ready to rock.
Yeah, 5-5, good shot. Second, so each of y'all are going to be top. They were like 3 seconds on that. The 2, you're the fucking point not top one. They're not even unbelievable, but the difference between and then here, and now you have literally
so we can do it. Know me? So drop one rep, and get out of here. We need to really touch it. If you carry, put a time around here.